Ladies and gentlemen, the best game in the world just got announced. This upcoming college football season. It's happening. It's fucking happening.
Oh my God.
Like UMass. They're in the same division. They're going to be playing each other at every single season. We're going to see this game, which I'm not going to say that aloud, but you know what it is. I have waited so long for this to happen. Kato, are you going to this?
Well, all I know is that Justin Tucker's being alleged to have done this.
Okay.
We're starting off right with this.
We are starting out really, really solid.
And boy, is it stupid.
And boy, is it stupid. Welcome to the Football Stooges, the stupidest way to cover football imaginable, the weekly football podcast where 4 to 5 idiots talk about football in a way that you couldn't even imagine. So I can't do this alone. I am your host, Lob City. So as always, my compatriots in Stoogery, we're down to 4 again this week, but we swapped one NFC North fan for another NFC North fan. So without further ado, he's not an NFC North fan, but he is the hand sanitizer, the Purell, not sponsored hand sanitizer of the Football Stooges, here for 99.9% of all episodes. And once again, still painting minis, it's Mastodon.
This is 9
He never stopped. He never stopped.
9 out of 32 plus 32. That was in the box. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
it's I do a minimum squad of 5, but you don't do that in wearing fantasy unless it's like Calvary. But in honor of Gorlami, since he's not here, my back.
They're gonna try to record or something.
All right, next up.
No, just he calls me old.
Back from, I believe, Mexico. Hola, Señor Mamba.
Hola.
Hola. How was it? How was the
tacos were great. It was so good.
Did you go there and there was immediately like a yellow haze that just covered everything like a filter?
It was like Breaking Bad.
No,
Yeah.
it just rained a little bit more often than normal.
I'm glad I've always wanted to go there for the food. I love me
Dude,
some
it's
American
so
food.
good and it's
Oh, I
cheap
bet.
as fuck.
Really?
You could get a liter of beer for like $5.
Damn.
Yeah. It's cheap as fuck.
And when I don't always drink beer, I drink Dos Equis.
Dos Equis. But no, like Cancun, like if you go to Cancun, you get charged the dollar rate. Mexico City, you get charged the pesos, so it's cheap as fuck for us.
Oh, yeah. One of the best things my dad ever told me is that at most Latin American or Mexican restaurants, they have usually a select few beers on tap, but the best, always the best, is Dos Equis Amber on draft.
Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness. And that in a bottle doesn't taste the same on draft.
On draft,
Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So good. And last but certainly not least, certainly wishing for something good to happen this year in Boston, it's KDF.
Yep, and also my mom just subscribed, so I just want to apologize for that joke that I started.
Your mom subscribed.
Hi, Kadoff, Mom.
Oh man. So anyway, a good Christmas/birthday idea for Buddy over here: tickets to the Cum Ass Bowl. That is.
Oh, this of course. This is gonna be the first.
Kadoff's mom. If you're wondering why you have a bottle of Malort, it's because of me. Okay.
That's probably why she subscribed. Like, this is so good. Like, no, there's no way anyone thinks that's good. I feel like forget an XFL game. We gotta show up to that game with those shirts. It's just a shirt that says it's the Central Michigan and the UMass logo.
Yo, what is that game?
Good question. Let me see.
You guys free? I'm down.
Dude, I don't know.
It'll either be in Central Michigan. It'll either be Michigan or out in. I think it's near. Is it near Boston?
Oh no, Amherst is like 2 hour, like complete opposite side of the state from Boston.
Bro, if it's in
It's
So
Michigan,
two
maybe
hours
an hour. So an hour.
2 hours.
Yo,
maybe.
Lob, if it's in Michigan, we're going.
It's out in what we
my
call
God,
the
we're going.
Rugby Dragons territory.
Oh my
Is it,
goodness.
is it in Michigan? Hold on, I'm
Central
looking this up.
Michigan
versus UMass football.
I'm
don't
just doing
think they
Central
haven't
Michigan
announced yet.
schedule.
I'm
The schedule's been announced because I know Central Michigan plays Michigan this year.
The only thing I'm seeing on ESPN is the Iowa and Missouri games with time TBD.
Final. Oh, I don't think.
I don't think
ESPN
it's-
won't have it. It'll probably be like the schools themselves.
Yeah, school site. Academic calendar. 2025 football schedule. Here it is. Central Michigan. Oh shit! They play Muzzy School. They play San Jose State. Look at that. They also play well, not my school, but like the team from Michigan. They play at Michigan. I might be at that game. I don't know. It looks like they haven't announced their conference schedule yet because I'm looking at their website and it just has San Jose State as a season opener, then Pitt, Michigan, and Wagner.
No.
So
okay.
they don't.
UMass State doesn't have anything either, I think.
Yeah, so it looks like the Mid American Conference, the MAC, has not released their conference schedules because those two teams are in a conference. But yeah, Mamba, if it's at Central Michigan, we're going. We are going.
Get some cum-ass shirts.
Oh my god.
Yeah, UMass has announcers either. They got Temple, Iowa, Missouri, and Bryant, but nothing else.
All right.
Okay, so yeah, the conference schedules don't come out till later. Okay.
So either it's going to be way over in Boston or over in Central Michigan, but it'll be at the opposite place the next year. So we'll go to one of them, Mambo. We'll figure out which one. Anyway, this week we're continuing our grades of every single NFL team. So we're starting and doing the conferences, or divisions in both conferences. So last week we did the championship NFC East with the Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and Commanders, and then went to the AFC East, Bills, Jets, Patriots, and Dolphins. Now we're going to move on to the West. We'll take a look at both of those. We'll do a quick football crossover grid. And there's also the NFL Players Association report cards that we'll take a look at and talk about some of those. Jets.
Talking about grades.
Yeah, a lot of grading going on today. So get out the red pen and a very glaring under glasses stare. So we'll be taking a look at a lot of it. So let's get right into it. We'll go into the crossover grid, and then we'll hit up KDUF News.
The glasses.
There we go. All right. 2 losses in a conference championship as a Commander at some point.
Oh.
So we could do...
I was going to... Oh, yeah, Bobby Wagner would work.
Didn't have 2
Or
losses
not.
in a conference championship. So maybe not Bobby Wagner. Zach
Why don't
Ertz?
I think it's your thought? No.
Nope.
Joe
Theismann?
That's what I was thinking of. Joe Theismann or
Theismann could probably work.
Doug
No.
Williams?
Doug Williams?
Which one? 89 or 87 when he ended? Bro, that's a year. So no, it has to be this one. Nope.
Wow.
No, Kirk Cousins didn't get to 2. Did he get to 2?
No.
No.
Adrian Peterson?
Peterson? Maybe?
Nope.
Maybe.
No.
Mariota didn't.
No, not Mariota.
Oh, Lattimore?
Maybe.
He would have been there for the
yes.
Nola no call.
Marshawn Lattimore.
Saw it.
Just
Just
put
do
Lattimore.
LATT.
Okay. Nope.
What?
Oh.
Goodness. All right, let's get some of these
That
other ones
should've
out of the way.
counted.
One touchdown, receiving touchdown in the Super Bowl that was a Jaguar. We can also do Odell.
For the Ravens.
Okay. Jaguars. Kirk never played in the Super Bowl. They went to a Super Bowl. Did
No,
Oh.
they never been to a Super Bowl.
I thought Jaguars went to Super Bowl.
No.
No?
They almost did.
Hmm.
And that was when that was the 2017-2018 year, the AFC
Right.
Championship
For,
game when they lost.
For Commanders Jaguars, what's that O lineman that Brandon
Brandon
Scherf?
Sheriff. Yes. There it is. Nice.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow, this is tough. This is actually tough ones.
Oh, Robert Griffin, yeah.
Yep.
2 interceptions. Jalen Ramsey, I think he's had a 2 interception season.
Yes.
Okay. 2 interceptions in a
right.
season. We could do Ed Reed. We could do
Ray
Ray
Lewis.
Lewis. I want to see.
Patrick Queen.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, Terrell Suggs.
Maybe.
Suggs did
There's a
probably do it.
possibly. Yeah.
Yeah,
Suggs.
there we go.
Edge rusher. 2 interceptions in a season and 2 losses in a conference championship.
Brian
Man.
Dawkins, because he's been to 5 and lost 4.
Man,
Yeah,
sorry.
that would work, I think.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would. Weapon
There you go.
X. 1 touchdown receiving in the Super Bowl and 2 losses in the conference championship.
I have to think of like a wide receiver that's a Jaguar that's been in the Super Bowl.
This is a tough one. 2
Yeah.
losses in a conference championship. It's tough. Maybe
No, he only been to
No.
one.
1-1.
He only been to one.
Not even
Well,
as a no, yeah, didn't work.
he's
I was about to say
he's
the
been
Niners.
to no he's been to 2, but one of them was when the Eagles went to Super Bowl.
No, T. Higgins. We lost 1 to the Chiefs, but we went to the Super Bowl the other time. No. This is tough.
Yeah. What about Jimmy Smith for Jaguars touchdown?
Jimmy Smith. I don't know who that is.
He's an old player for that was part of the Cowboys, I think.
Nope.
I think it was the first name, the first one. The Jimmy, maybe the 2011, 2021. Oh,
No. He was like old school, like I think like 90s,
Nope.
oh.
92. No, okay. Well,
This is such a common name. Look how many Jimmy Smiths there are. Maybe this one?
No, that's
Nope. Okay.
yeah.
That's a whole bunch of Jimmy Smiths. Wow.
I'm looking at like like the Jaguars passing leaders, and I'm just thinking like Maurice Jones-Drew was never Super Bowl. Mercedes Lewis, no.
nope.
Who losses and
EJ Chark, probably not.
when was the last time the Jags were in a Super Bowl?
Never.
It's never happened for them. They got to a conference championship and never the Super Bowl.
So why is this even a question then?
Because there could be someone that was on the Jaguars that's been to Super Bowl with a different team.
Okay, yeah.
That's why we're trying to think like this. This is hard. This is really
Yeah.
difficult.
Maurice Jones-Drew. Gabe Davis, no. Carl Kirk, no.
Oh, what about Allen Robinson?
No, not Ridley. Fuck.
I want to see.
Yeah, Allen Robinson. Yeah,
He's been in a Super Bowl.
yeah. For the Rams.
Allen Robinson didn't show up.
Not a receiving touchdown though. I don't.
Man. 2 losses in the conference championship and was a commander.
This is a tough one.
Who was that guy Odell always fought with? Odell Beckham, cornerback.
Oh, Josh Stroman, but he was a DB.
Josh
Stroman.
No, I think it was something
STR.
different.
No, it was Stroman.
No, then who was the guy that
Yes.
Taylor Lewan fought? That was also a commander. Threw his helmet at him. Taylor Lewan went like this, and it was like Josh Newman. No, Josh Norman.
Norman.
Josh Norman. Look at look at that face.
dude. Okay,
One
now
receiving
he lost in the
touchdown.
conference championship, but 1 receiving touchdown in a Super Bowl.
I'm thinking Patriots players.
I was gonna say Randy Moss actually.
Oh,
Jerry Rice works.
He played
yeah.
forever. Like,
yeah.
some guy that caught a tutty in the Super Bowl and was a Jaguar. That's the toughest thing. Is a Jaguar.
Yeah.
Nope. This is tough. I'm trying to think.
I think I might have one.
No, Mercedes Lewis didn't get a touchdown.
Try Josh Reynolds.
Oh. I'll see that. Okay.
Brandon Marshall?
Did Calvin Ridley ever get a touchdown when he was with the Falcons in that Super Bowl?
Nope.
Damn.
No.
You said who? Brandon Marshall?
Brandon Marshall? I don't.
Brandon
think...
Marshall.
Do you ever play for him?
He played for the. I think he did.
He's had to have. No?
Nope.
No.
Fucking hell. That's.
It's not Mercedes Lewis. Who caught? Wait, the Eagles that caught the touchdown in the Super Bowl was Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Put Nick
Never
Foles.
did.
Oh,
If
do it.
Do
I
it.
think I already tried it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's the top answer.
Wait,
Yeah.
what other
Julian
options
Edelman, yeah.
was there?
Anquan Bolden, Julian Edelman, Donovan
was that?
McNabb,
Oh, McNabb.
That's
Oh
true.
yeah.
Mark Brunell.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jalen Ramsey.
Ed
was the
Reed.
popular
What
one, but
other options was there for the Jags one? I'm curious.
The Jag and a touchdown in the Super Bowl. There's probably like 3 players. Nick Foles,
Jerry Porter.
Torrey Holt, Jerry Porter, Andre Rison. Wow.
When was Andre Rison a Jaguar? What the fuck?
Probably later years.
Had to be, but
Nick
still.
Foles. Nick Foles.
A quarterback.
Yeah. The Philly special. There we go.
I
All right.
forgot he was on the Jags.
That's
Fuck.
awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
he's
where...
been on like every team, so
No, not every team.
Not every team, but
Almost.
yeah. A decent bit. All right. Without further ado, let's go ahead and move on into
Oh.
KDF news. Oh, wait, what?
I was gonna say with the Jaguars and Nick Foles, that's when Gardner Minshew came in because Foles got his collarbone broken in the first game. He threw a touchdown in the game.
Yeah, that was a Minshew Mania year, yeah.
Yep, Minshew Mania came out.
All right. Anyway, KDF news.
All right. So we're gonna start off with some small injury news. This is kind of regarding the scouting combine, which is being held this week in Indianapolis. So it's the only 2 I've got so far. The possible first overall pick, Penn State defensive end Abdul Carter. He is not attending this week. He's been dealing with a shoulder injury, and as reported by Adam Schefter, also suffered a stress fracture in his foot recently. But he will work out at Penn State's Pro Day later in March. Also not attending is a guy who's kind of been rising up the boards, Miami tight end Elijah Arroyo, who's been dealing with a minor knee injury. Other than that, all the injury stuff I can report on is Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill going out for the remainder of the preseason with offseason with a wrist surgery, excuse me. As for some free agency news, as we're getting closer and closer to the free agency period opening, we've already got a couple big moves here. The Bills are probably the biggest contract as of yet. They've re-signed wide receiver Khalil Shakir on a 4-year, $60.2 million deal with 32 of that guaranteed. Moving on down the line, we got the Panthers releasing cornerback Dane Jackson. The Bears are releasing veteran tight end Gerald Everett. It frees up about $5.5 million in cap space. Another big release, the Bengals, they are releasing defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins, who I don't believe has panned out too well for you after signing him.
Nothing.
Yeah. But you're retaining your long snapper, Cal Adamintis, is remaining on a 1 year. As for the Browns, they're getting rid of theirs. Long snapper Charlie Hewitt has been released. He's been with the team since 2014, and they're also releasing safety Juwan Thornhill. Going on to the bridesmaids of the Super Bowl, the Chiefs, they are placing their franchise tag on guard Trey Smith, and with this year's franchise tag for O-lineman being valued at $24 million, this makes him the highest paid offensive lineman in the league. Previously, that title was held by Landon Dickerson of the Eagles. We've got the Raiders. They are re-signing safety Isaiah Polamalu, who I did not know is the nephew of Hall of Famer Troy Polamalu. He's got a 2-year, $8.5 million deal. The Chargers are also re-signing one of their safeties, Elijah Molden, on a 3-year, $18.75 million deal at 13 guaranteed. Let's see, scrolling down a little bit. The 49ers are extending offensive lineman Ben Barch on a 1-year deal. As for other stuff that I can only say that they're either looking for trades or look to become free agents. The Panthers are informing veteran linebacker Shaq Thompson that he will become a free agent. Buccaneers have done the same for safety Jordan Whitehead, saying they're not going to be exercising his option bonus for this year. As for rumored trades, we got the Commanders defensive tackle Jonathan Allen, Packers cornerback Jair Alexander, and Titans linebacker Harold Landry, as well as that they are not confirmed to be moving on from it, but they are receiving calls and at least listening to offers for the first overall draft pick. So, I mean, they could keep that and use that for maybe a new replacement for Landry, because this is a very heavy defensive end draft, so you're going to want some of that replacement. And if Abdul Carter's injury isn't that bad, you can definitely get him there. As for guys that are definitely going to be traded because they have been given permission to seek a trade, Rams guard Jonah Williams, Patriots defensive tackle Devon Godshaw, and not Browns defensive end Myles Garrett. He is apparently he's in a bit of a hostage situation with the Browns. He said he's not open to a contract extension with them, while the team is also saying they're not planning to honor his trade request. So it just sounds like Jimmy Haslam's being butthurt about letting go of probably one of the only good pieces left on their team.
Dave Newsom.
Yeah, probably. Other than that, guys, that he was kind of iffy if they were or weren't going to move on from him. But Saints general manager Mickey Loomis has indicated the team does plan to retain quarterback Derek Carr as their starting QB. As for the Colts, though, it's a little bit more open-ended because Chris Ballard has announced that the team is planning to have an open competition at quarterback, possibly indicating a future move from Anthony Richardson, who is coming off his second season, which has been shortened by injury. Going on to some retirements, former Falcons safety Keanu Neal has announced his retirement after 8 years spent in the league with the Falcons, Cowboys, Buccaneers, and Steelers, finishing his career as a one-time Pro Bowler, 2.5 sacks, 4 interceptions, and 8 forced fumbles with 5 recovered. But the bigger one has to be Seahawks offensive tackle Jason Peters announcing his retirement after 21 seasons in the league.
Yeah.
Yep, spent with the Seahawks, as Maston knows the Eagles, Bills, Bears, and Cowboys. The formerly undrafted O-lineman is ending his career as a one-time champ with Philly. He's a 9-time Pro Bowler, 2-time first-team All-Pro, 4-time second-team. He's had 221 starts, 6 recovered fumbles, and he's not leaving Seattle. He's following his announcement, the Seahawks announced that they are going to be hiring him as a veteran mentor figure for younger players. So sounds like he's already got a good plan for what he's going to do with life off the gridiron.
And he'll probably be in Canton, I think, just because of the longevity.
Most likely.
At the very least. Yeah.
He's a shoe-in for and
first
Super
ballot
Bowl.
Hall of Fame, or
Depends on the class. I could see first ballot if the class is a little bit weaker, but if the class is very strong, he might have to wait 1 or 2 cycles.
Yeah, he might, or if it's another like small class like this year, like only 4 enshrinements. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, miscellaneous news. The NFL has officially announced that they have started an internal investigation into Ravens kicker Justin Tucker's sexual misconduct allegations. Tucker has since come out to say that they are false. General Manager Eric DeCosta is calling them concerning and serious, but the team plans to cooperate with the investigation and take any appropriate action as they deem necessary, which could probably see him like in suspension as we've seen with Sean Watson. Excuse me. Other than that, it's mostly just some hiring stuff. The Jaguars have gotten their new GM, former Rams personnel executive James Gladstone, who spent an extensive amount of time with the Rams, basically the entire McVay era so far. So he could probably do something good with the Jaguars. They're also bringing in former Bears offensive coordinator Shane Waldron as their pass game coordinator, so nothing's really going to change there, to be honest with you. The Saints, Saints are bringing in former Chargers head coach Brandon Staley as their new defensive coordinator. How that's going to work out for them. I honestly don't know how that's going to work out for them, so you can stop asking that question.
It's not.
Yeah. The Rams are hiring former Patriots offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt as an offensive assistant. And the Bengals are hiring former Eagles defensive coordinator Sean Desai as a defensive assistant. And it's not Clint Kubiak, but the 49ers are promoting pass game coordinator Clay Kubiak, the younger brother to Clint, as the offensive coordinator. From the sounds of it, Shanahan's still going to be keeping on play calling duties. And finally, John Gruden's back in the news. He's been reinstated on the Buccaneers Ring of Honor after being removed in 2021 following his email scandal.
Huh.
Yeah, that's something I didn't really expect.
So everyone forgot.
I mean, considering the other stuff's been coming out this offseason, there's a lot we could do with forgetting. Anyway, that's all I got.
All right.
Okay. Thank you very much. All right, let's go ahead and move directly into our coverage of the AFC West, which was the run-up division with the Chiefs. I wanted to check something. So it says over here draft picks, and it says there's one. There's no way they have just one draft pick.
Wait, what?
What?
Yeah,
No, round 1, 31st pick.
Yeah, why doesn't it say like there's
say the
second
round
round
ones?
picks? Yeah, it only says the round ones. That's weird.
I don't know.
There's no way that the Chiefs and Broncos only have one.
They
Is
would
it still
have
being
a round,
reordered after the Super Bowl?
No, they usually, even like if you're in the Super Bowl, whoever wins has the very last pick of the first round, and then it's the second place team getting the second to last pick in the first round. That's how it's
usually it,
worked. Yeah.
Okay.
But
Anyway,
you're saying, wait, but what were you saying? You said there's no first round picks for them?
No, it's
they
just
only
not
have
showing
one
up
instead.
at anything
It's
on the
just not showing
first.
up, which I don't get.
Oh.
It's not like
I
they said
think-
fuck them picks, so I don't know why it's
No,
all
they
showing
didn't
first.
say fuck them picks. I think it's just something with ESPN.
Yeah,
It's
something with
not
ESPN's going
draft
up.
yet.
Anyway, let's cut to the chase. Broncos.
Good
A lot.
season. It was
I'll say it's
good.
a lot better than people thought. They did get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
They're a young team, rookie quarterback, probably the runner-up to offensive rookie of the year. It's him and Rock Bowers. They're right there, and then it was Jaden Daniels. But 10-7, good improvement. Especially, I don't think people expected 10-7 out of this team at all.
No.
I would
Definitely
be
not with a
willing.
rookie quarterback.
I would be willing to give it a solid middle of the line B.
Yeah, I would
I'd
agree.
say B plus, honestly.
B
It's building. It's building.
I mean, you could
so-
actually
yeah.
give them. Yeah, I would say B plus because they made it to the playoffs.
Yeah, they did. They had some good wins in the season, some bad losses. Buccaneers, good win. Falcons, Raiders, Browns, Chiefs late was, I don't know. Then some of the losses, I mean, they definitely struggled against some tougher competition,
teams,
dropping
yeah.
both to the Chargers, one to the Chiefs, the other one was in garbage time. Lost to the Ravens, but they had really competitive games. The game with the Bengals was a great game to watch. That still had playoff implications at that time.
Yeah, Sean Payton's had
Taylor almost fucking
definitely
up.
building on this core
Yeah.
right here. And
Seahawks and Steelers early, those were two bad losses, but they got things rolling and continued on late, and they got into the playoffs. I definitely think a big issue for them is the run game because your lead rusher had 513 yards. That's
Yeah.
like I
Yeah,
know
that's something
you're not
that
everyone's
definitely
going to break 1,000, but when you're literally just over half by a first down and some change, that's a little concerning. I know it's a Sean Payton offense. I know they're going to pass the ball a lot, but at the same time, some balance is always needed because we saw what the Bills were a few seasons ago when it was just Josh Allen stepping back every play. It was not good. They introduced Cook into the lineup, gave him more of a run establishment, give him the ball more, and now they're even more balanced, and I feel like they're a better team than they used to be.
Was their running back room even deep? Like Javonte Williams.
I was gonna
is not
say that their
terrible,
their
but
weapons
he's
were
not-
very light this season. And
Yeah.
I feel like there's only like Little Jordan. The only one I can really think of was like Little Jordan Humphrey, and that's
So when you go to
about
passing, it's obviously just Bo Nix and some weird attempts in
Backups.
some plays. But rushing, Javonte Williams, Jaleel McLaughlin, Bo Nix, Audric Estime, these are the three running backs and then scrambles from Nix. But like they split it up decently. So 76 carries for 310 yards, 113 carries for 496, 139 carries for 513.
They didn't
Kind of
crack
deep, kind of
600.
set up. Yeah. They had
Yeah.
nearly 2,000 rushing yards amongst everybody, but again, a lot, like almost a fourth of those are from Bo Nix, who I don't think those were designed. Maybe one or two, but not many.
Yeah, so they probably got to work on the run game a bit. Like receiving wise, I mean, I feel like they did okay considering they've got Bo Nix under center now, who's been a
Sutton and Mims
great
both did
surprise.
great.
I mean, Sutton and Mims are actually decent players, so
Yeah,
no knock
they
to
are.
them. It's just the running back room's like, who do they have?
It's just they need to keep building on this. Their defense is good. They need to continue to make the defense better. Their offensive line looks very good, and I think they need to continue that strength up. And
looking at their free agents, they don't really have too much I could like value that they can lose.
Sutton DJ got Jones, Defensive Player of the Year as well. So
DJ Jones, Cody Barton, Zach Cunningham, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Jaquan McMillan. I mean, not the best of the best, but I could definitely see them keeping at least a couple of these guys.
Oh yeah.
They still have the dead cap with the Russell Wilson trade.
That's true.
Or contract.
Right. But the fact that you've already kind of turned it around and found a franchise quarterback is a good thing. So
yes.
Yeah. So I'm willing. I think now also because of Cortland Sutton, B+ for me. I like it.
Yeah.
I'd say B. Like
give it a B. Why not?
All right. Moving on.
Their dead cap is like $33 million. I just looked it up.
Yeah, it's a decent amount of dead cap. So there is some downsides. You didn't go far in the playoffs. You got some bad dead cap. But honestly, for a rebuild, you started off on a very good foot. Now that things are, you didn't start off on a good foot. This is like year 2 or 3 of the rebuild. But it's definitely moving a lot better. Anyway, the runner-up in the NFL, the Kansas City Chiefs.
F, because they didn't get the 3-peat.
No, I think you have to make this probably an A.
They did what they did with the refs. They just kind of bribed the people who made people to grade it, so they hand me like $10K, and now I'm going to say A+.
I mean A or A- because they got to the Super Bowl. They didn't win it, so it can't be an A+. But the only games they lost during the season was against the Bills, which was a real loss, and then they just didn't play against the Broncos, 38-0. So they had some solid wins in the season. Chargers were tough wins both times. Ravens first week by literally a shoe, like the foot space of a shoe.
Yeah.
Texans, the Buccaneers, some pretty good wins. They did beat up on some bad teams. 49ers were down this year big time. Panthers, Raiders, Browns.
That's just the games they couldn't get. Those losses are just the games they couldn't get bribed refs for. So.
They won in crunch time, regardless of how they did it. They won in crunch time, which was good, and they had a plethora of players that were doing very well. Again, this is right now. Obviously, going off season, we'll see what changes. But right now, obviously, Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. You have Hunt and Pacheco, and not to mention Steele at running back. And Steele's kind of like a very sneaky, strong running back. Plays kind of fullback for him a little bit. Not to mention Shamondre Perrine's behind that. That's a pretty deep running back room of all solid guys. And Kareem Hunt somehow was like revived midseason. Receiving, Travis Kelce still led the way with 823 yards. But again, Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid draw up an offense where whoever's open is getting the ball. They're not targeting one guy. They're targeting who's open. Yeah. So Kelce, Worthy, Gray, Hopkins, Perrine, Watson, Rice, Juju Smith-Schuster, Hunt, Hollywood Brown, Hardman, Pacheco. You're getting all the way down here until you find a name you don't hear a lot, and that's Peyton Hendershot. This is a deep receiving team, and they spread the ball around very well. Until we got to Hollywood Brown, everyone on this team had triple-digit yards receiving. Like, they had some, and one of their best guys was Xavier Worthy. Bills.
Who, again, I do not know why the Bills passed up on him.
Nice.
So,
it will be a mystery as old as time.
Yep.
So, but again, for the Chiefs, the biggest problem is you had the chance to repeat, couldn't do it in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
It's still an A-. I mean, it was a phenomenal season, one of the better seasons in NFL history, believe it or not. Only 2 losses the whole year. Bunch of close games, bunch of victories. It's just, overplayed at this point, and people just didn't like it.
Yeah. As for their free agent list, I mean, they're the top dog in the NFL, so you're gonna be a lot of guys that are gonna be targeted, like D-Hop, Hollywood Brown, Josh Uche, DJ Humphrey, Nick Bolton, Juju, Kareem Hunt, McCole Hardman. I mean,
I could see them getting rid of a lot of the wide receivers and bringing other guys in, but they'll keep Worthy, Kelce. They're gonna keep
Rice.
They have a tendency to do. They've been having a tendency to do exactly what the Patriots of old did, where they basically just reload more than rebuild.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you've already got Worthy, and you've already got a few pieces that I think are still under contract, so you don't have to worry about them just yet. But I would definitely at least try to maybe retain somebody like D-Hop or Brown or Or
I would think
they're.
I would think some of their bigger stuff worry about free agency to defense. If they lose some defensive pieces, their defense was.
Bolton's in here. He's like one of the top linebackers.
Uche was solid for them as well. Could have been a little bit better, but
DJ Humphries is on here too as a free agent too.
Karloff is not on there, is he?
No, Karloff is still under his rookie deal, so he's good.
Dang, he's so good as a rookie already. That was that's the NFL Greek freak, Karloftis, right there.
I said it when you got drafted. Like they've got their own Greek freak now.
Yeah, they do. They do. But I don't think you can give a team that makes the Super Bowl anything less than an A. I think it's an A for the Chiefs. You lost two games all season. One didn't really matter. So, congrats. Just all came up short in the end, which sucks. I've been there.
Now, how about them Raiders?
Fucking terrible.
This hurts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 straight losses. Antonio Pierce got fired. I don't think it's an
same
F.
record. Former linebacker for them. That's a head coach. Gets fired this season.
I don't think it's an F form of the I don't think it's an F for a couple reasons. You brought in one of the best coaches in NFL history, Pete Carroll. I don't care how old he is. You don't got to be young and spry to coach again.
This is a reflection of this season, not future.
Yes. Do you see this right here?
Brock Bowers.
So it goes from an F to a D-.
What did we do for the Patriots?
I think we did D-. I wanted to give it F because just how fucking pissed
it is. This is a D-. This is not an F. Again, an F is the pit of hell in Jerry Jones's asshole. The Cowboys. Yeah, all in my ass.
Browns.
Biggest
Also the Browns.
The Browns, yes, because shit. But pun intended, Brock Bowers was the silver lining for this team in so many ways. This guy, I cannot remember a time where a tight end as a rookie made this much impact. I cannot remember the last time a tight end as a rookie was in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year this far into the end of the season and had a really good chance at winning it.
Yeah, I mean, Gronk did. I don't even think it was like that on fire on his rookie year.
If Jaden Daniels didn't exist, it was a legitimate toss-up between Brock Bowers and Bo Nix. Bo Nix probably would have gotten it because of a quarterback bias, but at the same time, 1,200 receiving yards as a tight end in your rookie season, while the quarterback throwing to you all season is Uncle Rico.
Or Aiden O'Connell.
AOC of the NFL.
Also, Brock Bowers broke records too, so it wasn't.
Yes. Brock Bowers is set up already to have a generational run as a tight end and probably have the biggest deal for Rogaine imaginable because good lord is that hair bad. Brock Bowers, you are an amazing tight end, but good lord, your hairline is like Kobe Bryant in the 2010 finals. It is fading back. But yeah, amazing season from Brock Bowers. I really wish you were a Bengal, but again, you were taken before, so nothing we could have done.
Play the clip.
There's nothing Tobin could have done to get Brock Bowers. It was more Michael Mayer that I'm sad about, because Mayer would have been a fullback for us. He would have been Eric All without the injuries, and Duke Tobin had to pass him up and just
you drafted.
Leave me alone!
Akira! 3, 2, 1.
Matt Damon.
You guys always count down so slow. Just have one person say 3, 2, 1, and then start saying Matt Damon a second behind. You'll say it on time. 3.
All right.
No, that's the Matt Damon joke. Also, that'll be the Matt Damon joke.
Okay, but yeah, I think it's a D-. The only wins they had this season were 4 wins. The Ravens somehow, the Browns, the Jaguars, and the Saints. That is a good win against the Ravens. I'll give you that. But again, you lost to the Panthers in week 3, and then you also lost to, it's a decently tough schedule. Like, you lost to the Falcons, which is rough. Chargers last week of the season. But this was also a tough schedule. You played teams,
Bengals.
they played the Chiefs, Bengals, Chiefs again, Buccaneers,
Well, yeah, when you're stuck in a division with the fucking Chiefs, of course you're gonna have a couple losses on that schedule.
And the Chargers and Broncos were much better this year too.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's tough.
That too.
In summarization, I should say, D- in my opinion. Brock Bowers is that good. He brings us up, just like Drake May brought the Patriots up.
Yeah, that's safe. For free agents that they could possibly lose, I'm looking at Marcus Amps, Harrison Bryant, which, I mean, that makes sense because they've got Brock Bowers a tight end now. Amir Abdullah, Desmond Ritter, Divine Diablo.
I don't think they're worried about losing.
I don't think. Yeah, I figured they'd rebuild anyway.
I don't think they'd be. Desmond Ritter's contract's expiring. Oh no! Anyway.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just thinking Divine Diablo from like your name tree, their meme pick. They're like, the Raiders gonna draft Divine Diablo in round 3, and
Just
they
exactly
did that.
Yeah.
And the Raiders did that.
I cannot wait until we have this draft come up and we have to watch K-Duff as he destroys his entire PC setup after the Patriots draft Cole Strange Jr. from Holy Cross. And K-Duff
already got a kid.
Just a Cole Strange archetype again. I think it was going to be so funny. All right. Last but certainly...
First round.
We already signed a good punter. Rico.
Draft a new one. Why not? I mean, you saw what the Falcons did. They signed Kirk Cousins and drafted Michael Penix. So,
yeah.
In hindsight, that wasn't actually bad compared to what we thought.
The Chargers
Are the Chargers.
they are. And
Chargers beat charging.
they got to the playoffs, but they fell apart right when they got to the playoffs. And this is kind of hard to determine. I don't know if I can go to C, because this was, again, the Chargers did charger. I get that. But Jim Harbaugh did come in and take this team to 11-6 record after they were the worst or second worst in the AFC West last year.
Yeah.
So again, the
Second worst.
improvement is insane. Now again, did you go into the postseason and you allowed a Texan team that was struggling all year to turn the switch and you lost it?
Demolish
and
you?
Justin, yes. And again, if I could describe this in two ways, this was basically, the best way to describe this is a kid that all year was getting B pluses and A minuses all year, doing great. And then he has such a good grade, he just doesn't take the final. The Chargers did not show up for the postseason.
Actually, good metaphor, yeah.
Yeah. Again, if your shoes are glued to the tarmac, you can't lead a horse to drink, as Kate says.
His words, not mine.
Also, no, what was weird too for that Houston game, you're not having Herbert throw like that much all season, and then you're making him throw like almost 40 attempts.
The run got shut down like crazy.
Well, they have a great run defense, so it makes sense that they would try to pass the ball more.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
paper.
but they went so far away from it that I don't know.
It feels weird, but considering the team they were facing, it sort of makes sense, even though we all thought the Texans were going to just flop over and die because they looked like they were going to just fall apart at the end of the season.
I mean, an 11-6 record after being what last year?
It's like 5-12, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5-12. You can stop asking that question.
So
fucking Staley was so awful.
Yeah.
He's
So
genius, my ass.
again, you had a coach come in, completely change the culture, bring in a positive culture. I've never seen anyone believe in Justin Herbert like this. He had one of the better seasons, regular seasons in his career, and it was all looking great. And honestly, I would give this team an A, but the postseason blemish is so egregious. I'm gonna have to go with B-, because again, Herbert threw more picks in the postseason than he did all the regular season.
Yeah, and that's in one game.
Yeah, against the Texans.
Like Nathan Peterman.
Can you name one? Can you name one Texan DB?
Derek Stingley.
Okay, I stand corrected. But anyway, still, that is a shit ton. That is a Peyton Manning rookie season amount of interceptions in one game. That's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
It's rough. It's really rough.
Again, amazing regular season. You had 5 or 6 losses. Dropped 2 against the Chiefs, who got to the Super Bowl. 1 against the Steelers, which was a little rough. 1 against a very good Ravens team. 1 against a very good Bucs team. You had
and then 1 against the Cardinals.
And then the Cardinals. The Cardinals was that was because so you had a couple like the Steelers and Cardinals were like oof, but then really good teams otherwise. And then you still beat good teams. Bengals. You beat the Broncos, who were up and coming, did very well that season. You also beat like the Raiders early, swept the Broncos. So there's that. You took care of business with other teams that were like struggling this year. Titans, Browns, did all that. So really good regular season, but then you get into the playoffs and it's just wow, it just goes all the way.
Yeah, just completely vomited out. Look at the future. I mean, they're not in cap held. I think they're like the top 10 of cap space. 66 million, yeah. So
Yeah.
Talking
their
about
free agent list.
Oh, go ahead.
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you're good. You're good.
Okay. All right. Just their free agent list. Like it's headlined by Khalil Mack, but you can also get guys back like DJ Chark, Asante Samuel, Eli Apple, Puna Ford, J.K. Dobbins.
I know Puna Ford and Mac are both very old. Mac could still have some use
Max
in the team, but if you're going to re-sign him, you're going to want him to take a lot less money.
And Asante Samuel still playing?
No, Asante Samuel Jr.
Asante Samuel Jr., excuse me.
Oh.
His son.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't hear the junior part.
I hate to be the first one this week, but that makes you feel a little old, doesn't it? Asante Samuel Jr. I remember Asante Samuel on the Patriots. And I think the Eagles, too.
The dream team that fucking... that was the dream. That was the dream team when they went like 8-8 because
That was a dream team for you.
Well, no, that's what they called themselves. That's what it was. It was like what's his name from? He was Tennessee quarterback.
It's okay. Realize K-Duff's dream team was torn apart by Eli Manning, who was probably high the whole time.
Fucking remind me.
Hold on.
And Mamba's dream team existed before he was born.
Nah.
Yeah.
The Bear, the 85 Bears. Go Bears, where's my sausage and bear?
Oh, man, only foes born a little earlier.
Vince Young said it. Vince Young
said it. Another really good silver lining for this team, Lad McConkey looked really good. And I'm going to get a bit of a tangent here. All right? I'm going to get a little bit of a tangent here. What is up with white boy generational run happening right now? Lad McConkey all season. You had the Matt McClung, 3-time slam dunk champion. He jumped over a car, and not the hood like Blake Griffin. He jumped over the central sunroof. You have the exciting whites in the Super Bowl. Cooper DeJean getting a pick 6. Like...
Alex Ovechkin might break Gretzky's record.
But he's Russian, so I mean, But
in Russia, record breaks you.
Are we back? Are we back? Like, I don't know. But also, number 1 draft pick in the NBA this year might be Cooper Flagg, white guy from Maine. It doesn't get whiter than Maine. Maybe Vermont. Okay, maybe Vermont.
What about Wisconsin?
Now we're starting to bring up like
I was gonna say North Dakota.
North Dakota. I mean, no, they have bigger cities, so generally there tends to be a lot of mix of people that have different ethnicities in those cities because people migrate to those cities from different areas. Also, I think it was the North has a lot of Scandinavian influence. Well, I mean, but Scandinavians are
look at the Vikings.
Generally all. Logging was big there. But again, we're getting into history and, blah, 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 whatever. But anyway, Lad McConkey, solid receiver, one of the better rookie receivers. Probably wasn't, for Rookie of the Year, I don't think he was in the conversation, but he was definitely just on the outside looking in, like on the line.
The Drew McIntyre of the NFL, fucking Scottish psychopath.
So, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to say B. I think a solid B. I think Lad McConkey brings it up a little bit for me. Having that, Justin Herbert, the culture change, the upswing from last season. But again, you're not in A territory because that right there.
I will meet you halfway at B- because Lad McConkey, good. The Jim Harbaugh getting 11 wins with this team, good. That playoff performance though.
Yeah, it's either C+ or B- for me because it was just. If you didn't shit the bed against the Texans, if it was closer, and also if they didn't shit the bed against Texans, I would have said B no matter what. But
what do you think, Mamba? Mamba?
Sorry, I was spacing out. What?
No, you're gonna get. What's your letter grade? We're all saying B- to C+.
I'm saying B-. I think yes, they did a lot of good things, but in the playoffs they always fall short. So. Yeah. Harbaugh is gonna turn that shit around and get that shit flying.
You're gonna turn around.
They're going 50. How many games are there? 17.
17.
They're gonna go 15. They're going 15-2 next season. I'm calling
Ooh.
it.
They're still, I think, on that
It depends on their schedule too.
Yeah.
If
it
they go
depends.
if they go 15-2, I will drink Malort. KDF will send me the Malort early.
Also, one word: Chargers pain.
Yeah. All right. From the AFC West, we're gonna go to the AFC West. Let's remind Broncos A-, Chiefs A, Raiders D-, Chargers C+/B-. Going down to the Cardinals.
I already see. Yeah, Cardinals. Oh God.
Well, I mean, we're going to be talking about it, but I already looked at their grades for this year by the NFLPA.
average. It was very average. At
Yikes.
best.
I would definitely say either C- or D+. They missed the playoffs after losing to the Panthers on Bryce Young's redemption
What was
tour.
with the Panthers just being like the grim reaper of like playoff chances this year?
Bryce Young apparently there was a I forget what rapper did it, but there was a rapper that posted on his story, "Hey, Bryce Young, contact me," and people were like, "What the fuck?" So apparently Bryce Young called this guy. Weeks after that, they go on the biggest win streak they've had in the last 2 years.
So all it took was a rapper, huh?
All it took was, maybe that's why Lil Wayne comes out with the Packers. Maybe that's their key to their success. You know, if they bring out Lil Wayne and Kendrick next time, they'll win a Super Bowl. You know, who knows?
I drafted a guy that goes by the name of K. Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale.
So Arizona went 8-9. They're below 500. I think that automatically puts them outside of B range, into C range. They didn't make the playoffs. They missed the playoffs. They had some bad losses. They were inconsistent all season. Kyler Murray was injured for a bit of it. However, they did have good numbers. Murray put up a lot of yards. Connor ran the ball well. McBride was an amazing job at tight end. They're looking like they still have a lot of good pieces, but they didn't really come and gel together. So I would be willing to say C- here. Just above a D. There's still some silver lines that bring them out of that D territory. And again, they're in that 500 limbo era-ish. They're 1 win away from being above 500. They're now 1 win below 500. I don't think it's D territory, but it's not in high C either. I would go C-. Decent
it wasn't
season,
great.
not great.
Marvin Harrison had a couple flash in the pan moments, but it wasn't a great rookie campaign for him. As for the rest, I honestly tuned out most of the Cardinals games because they were just that meh, to be honest.
Yeah, actually, in all seriousness, I forgot they actually played a couple of times. It's like, wait, that's who the Cardinals played this week.
Yeah.
It was
McBride looked awesome, but the rest was kind of just eh.
They were just there. It's like,
we are a team. That's it.
Yeah. What are we feeling for grades here? I don't know if we need to look too far into this.
I think I'll agree with you on C- for just because I barely watch the team. Even look at their free agent list. There's only maybe 2-3 names I recognize on here that have any value. Like Kaiser White, L.J. Collier, Greg Dortch, and that's not even saying that much, to be honest with you.
Well, they're going to keep a lot of their nucleus together, but they need to build on it because there's a lot of issues. Especially protecting Murray. This offensive line has gotten picked apart a couple times. Now, Murray can obviously get out of sacks because he's quick as all get out and slippery as a greased pig. But all right, C- from everybody here. Let's go ahead and move on. After that, we'll go to the Rams.
They were just there.
No, we did Chargers, not Rams.
So no, the Rams won their division.
Get it, kid up. It took me a minute that you were.
What did you say? What?
Because Chargers and Rams are now are both in Los Angeles, and so KDF was like, "No, we already did the Chargers."
Oh yeah.
It took me a minute.
So the Rams started off rough. Out of their first 5 games, they only won 1 against the injury-prone Niners. They lost to the Lions, who were tough, the Cardinals, who were bad, the Bears, who were bad, and the Packers, who were good. So they had 2 bad losses, 2 decent losses, or fair losses, and then 1 easy win. And then after that, they rattled a 3-game win streak, separated by a loss, then a win, then a loss, and then a 5-game win streak before garbage time loss to the Seahawks. They won the division. They went 10-7. In an odd year, there was a lot of injuries that happened. Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua seem to be out every other week, just kind of back and forth.
Thank you for the reminder of it.
Yeah, but they managed to get back into the flow of things, and when it mattered, they showed up, and they
destroyed the Vikings.
Oh, Sam Darnold got sacked 9 times. They had 2 defensive rookies of the year. It was either going to be Verse or the interior lineman, I forget his name, for the Rams. They drafted insanely well. They look amazing. They have a plethora of weapons. I don't like that they're getting rid of Cooper Kupp because it feels very traitorous, in my opinion. He stuck to you your whole career. Like, honor his loyalty a little.
Yeah, but also
I feel like they
injuries
did
and
that
age.
after the Super Bowl already.
I mean, go to him and say,
And
we want to
also-
keep you in LA. Let's talk about a little bit less money because you haven't been performing as much. Or maybe the base contract's a little lower, but he has incentives to continue to play if injury occurs.
Yes, but I'm looking at this right as at a GM's perspective. He's on the wrong side of 30, or he's going to be a cap hit of at least 30 million. And their cap space isn't like bad, but you could definitely use that 43 million you have on a little more value.
Yeah. And also, I wouldn't call it like they were wrong to him because they told him up front. It's like, yeah, we're looking to trade you. They weren't trying to hide it or anything.
That is true.
They said-
And I guess there's some honor in being
Yeah,
up front with
Puka
somebody.
definitely feels like he's jumped him a little bit on the depth chart as into like maybe wide receiver 1 territory next year.
I mean, it's probably
So-
also because he's the only one on the depth chart sometimes, because otherwise,
That's
Kupp's
fair.
injured.
I mean, the injuries did not help out at all this year.
No.
Yeah.
But
I-
Aaron Williams had another great season, 1,300
Williams,
rushing
yeah.
yards, -1.
His touchdown streak got ended though. Oh.
It did, but he's
It was
still very
rough, but-
solid, and Matthew
Yes.
Stafford still doesn't look like he's showing his age much yet. Still a very, very talented
Maybe
quarterback.
one or 2 more years.
He might have
Because-
more.
Right, yeah.
No,
get a
I'm
little
saying
bit
for
more out of
his
the tank.
age, like
37.
37, like
Yeah.
it could drop hard in like a year or 2.
It could be. And
Very
there's talks
true.
about trading him. I don't know what
Yeah,
for.
it's not just Cup because I'm looking at the free agents. Like they could lose like both their starting tackles, Joe Noteboom, Alec Jackson, Tutu Atwell's on here, Hunter Long, Ty Johnson. I mean,
And they're only 43 mil free in cap space.
yeah,
Okay,
they're
I
about
can see
they're
that
about halfway in the pack because there are teams that are like way bad
Yeah.
with the cap,
Saints,
even with
Saints.
the boost.
Saints.
Yeah,
But,
for,
Saints.
for like the 10th year in a row with the Saints. So, yeah,
Yeah, so many free agents, and then if you want to keep Cooper Kupp, which that could still be expensive, like it's
There's talk of Rodgers and Adams coming to town, which I don't know
Oh,
if you
I
want
don't
that.
know if they want Rodgers after what he's been
Because
doing.
I think there's
Gotham.
a hell of a lot more ayahuasca in South LA than there is in New York.
Fucking ayahuasca.
Yeah.
go to the Vikings, complete the tour.
But that'd be insane. But they won their
It'd be
division.
hilarious.
They started off rough, finished strong, had some good numbers. I'm going to say a solid B. Want a playoff
B is
game?
fair.
He's fair.
I'm
B
going
or B
to
minus?
minus.
After
yeah.
destroying the Vikings in the first round and just barely losing in a 4th down play against the Eagles.
Maybe B plus. Because they did get defensive rookie of the year. Maybe B plus. Maybe. I
I'd
would
say
be willing to go
B
B
or-
plus.
I'd say B just because the start of the year was rough.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
true. Okay, this is tough. This is like you're just teetering. Yeah, I think it's just in the solid middle B, straight down
And-
the. You know,
It didn't help injuries, and their defense wasn't that good early on. But then Jared Verse came onto the scene and
that's true.
kind of
So, yeah.
improved. So it's like, yeah, it's that weird
All right,
thing.
solid B.
It's not C. Yeah, it's not C.
Solid B. Okay. By no fault of your own, an F. I don't think you can classify this any other way. This was a team that was in the Super Bowl last year, that had high expectations, that was coming off a season where people thought Chris McCaffrey could run for MVP. He could have that MVP in his repertoire.
Yeah, he ran
could
for
be there.
MVP of the injury
bowl.
report.
Injury Bowl, yes.
Injury
Yeah.
Bowl.
George
Yeah,
Kittle had a good year.
fucking
Brock
first
Purdy
overall
also
pick in the
had
draft on this
a good
fucker.
year. Tons of people got injured. You had people leaving. Devondre Campbell leaving in the middle of a game. Now Debo Samuel's
Yeah.
requesting a trade. Brandon Ayuk still wants a trade. Stuff is just
I'm
going
looking at
down.
their
And
free agents: Drake Greenlaw, Devondre
oh,
Campbell, Travarius Ward, Brandon
I
Allen,
think he was just looking.
Sean Gibson, Rocky Sin. Yeah, it's not just those guys that you can see it stand to lose. And the cap space isn't terrible. They have 50 million and change.
Well, they're gonna have to pay Purdy. There's
Purdy, I think, still has one more year, but yeah, there's
You're gonna want to
that's definitely on
extend
the
him.
horizon.
I definitely think. I don't know how much they're going to pay Purdy. I think it'll be a Purdy amount of money, but
I saw something on Schefter that they're working on a extension for him. I don't know if there's anything coming that imminently.
They better pay him good.
I think he'll probably get similar to Sam Darnold money, whatever Sam Darnold gets this upcoming offseason, like right now, whenever his new deal is signed, whether it's with the Vikings or wherever. He'll get good money, but not like Burrow, Amar, Allen money, just below that. Like maybe golf money, which is by all means for the last pick in the NFL draft, amazing and well deserved for Brock Purdy.
How many Mr. Irrelevance can you count that have gotten like 8-figure salaries on contract extensions?
I don't know.
Exactly.
But again, this year for the Niners was horrendous and almost by no fault of their own. This was ravaged by injuries. There's some off the field issues, but at the same time, the main problem here was injuries. So,
but they were second in another thing in the injury bowl because Detroit had the most injury.
Yeah,
that's
but
true.
Detroit also got to the playoffs.
Fucked hard.
Detroit also got to the playoffs and also won their division, while the San Francisco 49ers went 6-11, missed the playoffs, and were just in an abysmal state. They still beat the Bears, though, so shout out for not having a 8-game losing streak. Yeah. Anyway, there's not much else to say there. You got to improve next season and just like hope the injury bug stays away, get guys healthy, get guys rested, and hit the ground running. All right,
also their coaching staff could actually get some people that want to be with Shanahan, because there's some talks of like some people don't want to work with Shanahan at times.
Yeah. This is sad. The Seahawks are 10-7. They are second in their division, and because of the NFC South's juggernaut status, they missed the playoffs.
It was rough.
They were the exact same record as their rival, the Rams, but they did not. They were not in the position.
It was tiebreaker because I think
the Rams beat them. They split.
It was a tiebreaker. I think it was strength of schedule or strength of victory.
Yeah, it was. They had the points for even were higher for Seattle, and the points against were lower. Oh my goodness! Like, just missing the playoffs just a little bit. Bad losses though.
No, after that Thursday night game against the Bears, they did not deserve to go to the playoffs. Yeah.
This right here was abysmal. Mamba, I hate to bring this up, but oh boy,
that game was a joke. I remember that.
Wait to have a great Thursday night finale.
Yeah. That was gross.
29-20 against the Giants, and it's 36-24 loss against the Niners early in the season was horrid. But again, they had a pretty tough schedule, playing the Bills, playing the Lions, playing the Packers, the Vikings. But they did sweep the Cardinals. They beat the Jets, beat the Bears, and Rams. End the season on a good note, but not as good as they liked. They didn't get into the playoffs. It just feels like a sad season. I feel like this is a C+ because it feels like you did just good enough. But is anyone really happy when they get a C? A C+. It's a passing grade. C's get degrees. They don't get to Super Bowls though.
C- because of that Thursday night game. I'm sorry.
That was pretty bad. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Yeah. K-Duff, your grade?
I'm gonna give them C+, honestly, because it wasn't. Yeah. It could have been worse.
They won 10 games. Honestly, anytime you win 10 games,
it could have been worse.
Going right.
Or their cap space, they're not in complete cap hell space. It's only $7 million over. They can definitely fix that. Their free agent list. I mean, the only one notable name I could see that could possibly stand to lose is Trey Brown and Artie Burns, and that's not really saying much for you. So
bad season for Kenneth Walker III, though. 573 rushing yards. A lot of injuries for him this season, which was not great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mamba, your grade C+ as well?
I would have to go flat C because they missed the playoffs.
Yeah. Fair enough.
JSN still looks decent though.
Still very good. Yes, very good.
I guess the question is just like, do you continue on with Geno Smith, or do you maybe see what you can get in the draft?
How old is Geno?
30-something.
He is 35.
34 right now.
Going into his year 35 season.
Yeah, You probably want to start looking, but you keep around Gino.
They're gonna have a new offense coordinator because they fired him right after season 2. So that apparently that offense coordinator was not that good.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think we're sticking with kind of in the amidst all the C plus, C minus all the way around. And that wraps up our coverage of the West. Broncos got a B plus. Chiefs got Broncos got an A minus. Chiefs got an A. Raiders got a D minus. Chargers got a what did we say for them? A B. It was a straight B. B minus, yeah. Cardinals, they got a C minus. Rams, they got a B. Niners, F. Seahawks, C-ish. We were all around the C's there. So that is the grading we have for the West. Now there's also other grading. The report cards are out. These are reports that the NFL has collected, the NFL Players Association collected.
It doesn't go by official ranking, but let me put it this way. Bottom rung, Cardinals, Patriots, Browns. The Cardinals, I mean, for the sounds of it, their whole operation at State Farm just looks abysmal. I mean, family treatment, food status, locker room status. It all sounds like it's rough over there. And the Bengals,
the Falcons have decent
the Bengals.
grades.
The Bengals had bad treatment of families in the food dining area. I believe that's mostly because the stadium is getting. There's plans to improve the stadium, so hopefully that gets fixed. But otherwise, I mean, A plus locker room, nutrition dietitian got better. It went to a C this year. Training room B plus, A minus training staff, B weight room, A minus strength coaches, A minus team travel, A head coach, and a C ownership. Not terrible. Not much we can do about the owner. But everything else seems like it's doing very well, and the stadium changes just need to happen. I'm not too worried about it.
I'm
kind
of going. Other than that, the Jets are also on the low rung because, of course, they are.
I think the Dolphins were number 1. Yeah, the Dolphins were number 1. They have
Dolphins are ranked 1. Right behind them are Vikings, Falcons, and surprisingly the Raiders. But that's also because their stadium's only 2 years old now. So
who has the worst locker room? Cardinals, Browns, Broncos, and Commanders all had Fs.
Yeah,
I think last year it used to be the Chiefs being the worst.
Yeah, the
Chiefs were ranked very badly on a few things.
They've been. I don't know. They're still ranked badly. It doesn't make sense.
Love Andy Reid. Team travel isn't too bad. Not too bad, but ownership's horrible. Now the big thing is Dolphin, Vikings, and Falcons love their owners. Broncos and Chargers.
I can see the Falcons loving their owners.
Arthur Blank is actually a very nice guy. From
a lot of good owners, and even the Bears. Bears got an A minus in ownership. Look at that. McCaskey's, Lions, Jaguars, Eagles, a little bit lower.
How the Cowboys are middle of the pack is beyond me, to be honest with you. But
no, also
maybe it's not just Jerry Jones.
And also with Arthur Blank too for the Falcons is that he tries. It's just you can understand mistakes.
What surprised me is the ownership for the Patriots is taking a nosedive to D. Kraft's always been a nice guy, so something's happened there.
Cardinals, Panthers. David Tepper not being the worst is insane. That is insane.
It's close. It's very close, though.
I mean, with the Jets, that makes sense to just have that F ranking with the all the shit that came about the Johnsons this season. The NFL grading Brick running the team, who's a kid that's probably isn't even in college yet. So it's rough.
So, really cool NFL report cards. I like how the NFL does this to be able to kind of show some transparency to owners so they can get an actual view. And these are all anonymous votes, so no one can be singled out and called out for it if they make some comments about it. So this is really good for the players to have some transparency with their owners, so the owners can have some transparency with them. All right. Oh, yeah. My wife just put up a question. Since the Packers are owned by the fans, how does that reflect their report card? Let's take a look at the Packers. Because
that's a good question, actually.
Green Bay Packers had an A minus in ownership.
So that means they have A minus. They have a good fan base.
Well, it's probably also because a lot of their ownership is run through their GM. A minus head coach, A minus team travel, B strength coaches, A weight room, B training staff, A minus.
They're
trade
ranked
room.
7th
This way.
overall, so they're okay.
Yeah, ranked 7th overall, so they're doing well. They had nothing lower than a B. It looks like B locker room, A minus
fair.
nutrition.
Fair grade
A
for
minus
Lambeau.
food and
That's
dining area, and
nice.
B treatment family. Again, good stadiums help out with a lot of this. So
yes.
what?
Locker room. What does that mean? Like physically?
Locker room.
Like the overall.
How well it's set up, where they have position for things, if they have enough space for stuff, how well it looks, how well it's upkept, how much amenities they have in the locker room, like weight areas.
Uncrustables.
Huh? Uncrustables? Yeah, Uncrustables. Yeah, probably in the nutrition section.
Good old Uncrustables.
Yeah, we've actually done a tour of Lambeau, so it was cool to see the building up there. We had to
that's
go
cool.
in the guest locker room. That was awesome. But anyway, now we're going to end the episode with, as we always do in the offseason, with Mastodon's favorite, a random tier list. And I think this week we might go on 3 hours with this.
Is it fruit again or
No.
Oh, Warhammer.
yeah, buddy?
How do you want me to rank it? Like current meta or lore?
No, current meta is horrible.
Also,
I would
I
say
don't
by-
know.
by
I
lore,
do not know the
honestly.
current meta. I have not played 10th edition.
Oh, I don't care about the
It
current
doesn't
meta.
seem
That's
fun.
sweaty and shit. I just want how much you like them as a faction based on their style and some of their units. Like, just kind of like how cool you think the faction is. This is about the
Okay.
tabletop and the lore kind of mixed together. So the rule of cool. How cool are each of these? We'll start with the Chaos Demons.
Let's see. Korn and Nurgle's pretty cool, but Slanesh could go fuck off, and Zinch is weird.
I think she
So
does.
that's like that,
Yeah, god damn it. You made that joke for Slanesh. A.
All right. The Adeptus Custodes.
Custodes. Wait, what the fuck? I just got hold on. Oh.
Oh yeah, the Golden Banana Boys.
C, even though some new lore kind of fuck up because they got lazy with it.
I heard Henry Cavill
Yeah.
has an army based off of them.
Yeah,
That's
he's
his
a
army.
big
Yeah,
Custodes.
it's the easiest I feel like to collect because you can get a lot of points out of a few models.
Kind of. It's expensive. They're fucking.
Well, yeah,
you-
because they're like,
you
it's
maybe
'cause they're like
get-
it's like
No,
they're
no,
the
no, not
Secret
points-wise.
Service on ultra steroids.
No. I'm talking about because they took out some bits. They took out some bits, but made the cost not points, but money wise.
I thought we were
In
doing
this
that. I
latest-
thought we were doing it by lore. I didn't know you were talking
I know,
about.
I
No,
know, I'm
it's
just
a
saying-
combination of how cool this faction is, how cool the lore
Okay.
is, how cool the tabletop is. Not how good it is,
Okay.
but how much you would kind of. The rule of cool is what we're going by. So
Yeah, but what I'm
salamanders.
saying is but what I'm saying is Custodians players kind of got fucked over price wise for money
Yeah.
on some stuff.
I hear the salamanders are supposed to be getting a bit of an
S
army upgrade
plus.
sometime later this year.
S
So,
plus.
might
I'm
be
sorry,
some
they
more.
let
They're cool.
they're
Vulcan's
they're
cool.
bros. They're bros.
Or
with
they're
regard.
Green's best.
S plus.
Green is
S
best.
plus.
You're damn
I'm sorry,
right.
it's hilarious
You're
because
so
there's
damn
one
right,
orc.
yes.
There's one orc, literally Tosca Demon Killer, who basically went, "This is not fun fighting Yumis. I'm gonna go into the war just to fight them." And then he went to Korn World, got killed, and Korn's like, "You're a badass. I'm gonna revive you again to face my demons again."
He just thought they were funny, so he just has them like
Yeah.
like basically having his
they're
own like
fucking
war
awesome.
simulation.
Fight for eternity in front of his throne. Yeah.
It's like Valhalla, but in hell.
all right.
Guard?
So Raven Guard, My Chemical Romance, brooding emo boys.
They're not okay. That's just a meme. Because they're actually pretty cool when you go like read into it, and also Corvus Corax is actually pretty chill.
I don't like the overused like emo haircut all of the models have. I think it's kind
Oh,
of
that's just new GW being retarded. There's
All right.
fucking new writers suck ass.
Harlequins.
Harlequins F. They're fucking space elf clowns.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
White Scars. Go fast.
S tier. Because
Okay.
Jagatai Khan honor be his name.
Chaos Knights.
Ugh. They actually have some cool stuff. But
They are, but I always think Knight models are a little weird. They're huge. They cost a ton of points. You either get wrecked or wreck. There's no in between.
Lore. You said lore, not.
I know, Lord, but also how much you enjoy it on the tabletop as well. Not by how good it is, but
There
how much
has
you can
there has
enjoy,
been
yeah.
that much of Chaos Knights lore, but
All right, Tyranids.
Tyranids. It depends on the writing.
They're a cool concept, though, as well.
I know, but they get fucked over too many times. Like a Tau beat them back from a planet because it's how adapted. That's a Tyranids shtick.
Yeah,
Not the Tau.
I don't know.
S because they can be cool. It just depends on the writer that fucks them up. Robin Crudis or Crudass. Fuck him. Death Guard. Well, because it's Crudis. That's his actual name.
Looks like cum ass.
Because he fucked
again.
fucked over the 6th and 7th edition Tyranids Codex to make them not fun to play.
So we could call him cum ass now.
No. Okay, Death
Yeah.
Guard.
Death Guard.
I'm reading through the Flight of the Eisenstein right now. Really good book.
Nice.
Is he a B or A? I'm trying to think.
Not
say
fun to play
B
against.
for-
I've played against them 3 times now, and oh my goodness.
They're not as bad as they
I'd
were.
say B for Biohazard.
Okay, this is B. They were not okay. Playing against them now is not as bad as in 7th edition. 7th edition. All
All right,
that one?
Space Wolves.
Oh, Wolves. Yeah.
S. Depends on writer. As long as they don't put wolf 3
That's
times.
literally
like-
their whole faction. Wolf,
no,
wolf,
that's
and
only
Swedish
Phil Kelly. No,
Vegan.
was it Phil? No, it was either Phil Kelly or someone else that wrote some of their lore. Literally, every other word was wolf. It's like, no, that's not their fucking shtick. They're supposed to be space Vikings.
Chaos Space Marines.
Oh, they're just general Chaos Space Marines.
Undivided,
So
it seems like. So like Iron or
Iron Warriors, Word Bearers, Black Legion, Night
Yeah.
Lords, Alpha Legion.
Really? Or are they? I am not fair enough.
I don't know just because of Alpha Legion. Just put the new tier Alpha Legion.
No, I
know. They don't.
No. Okay,
That's
where
just
would you
under
put them?
yeah.
Because also like again like Ezekiel Abaddon's in this like
The armless failure himself.
Oh yeah, that joke. The joke
Yes,
says
and,
model.
well, and
For those
also
that don't
that's
know, the
model.
joke is that Ezekiel Abaddon's model just has the shittiest posing for his arms, so they just keep falling off.
Yeah, his new model is actually much better on it. B because because Iron Warrior's cool, Alpha Legion can be cool, Word Bearers, fuck them.
Right. Imperial Knights, Chaos Knights with the good guys.
It's same as Chaos Knights. A
Yeah,
they
not much
have
difference,
some
yeah.
cool stuff.
Dark Angels, the First Legion. Lionel Johnson has a model.
I'm trying to think. Like it's weird. Horse Heresy, they were weird, but then kind of got better.
B.
They're in that C B.
C.
It's like I'll say low B.
Okay.
Because as would die, repent, motherfucker.
Thousand Suns, they just got shown as the main enemy in Space Marine 2, so I think they're kind of on the rise. bit, at least.
They actually do have some cool stuff. S.
Especially their models. Ooh, their models are so pretty. So
Have you seen their Horse Heresy colors?
Oh
their
yeah,
old
the
stuff?
Horse
I haven't.
Heresy scheme is cool. Drukari.
F edgy fucking space elves. Fuck them.
All right, the Adeptus Sororitas, the Battle Sisters.
The Bolter bitches. Depends on the writer. They get fucked over a decent amount though.
B.
A tier.
A. Okay.
If Matt Ward's not writing it, aka he's like, fuck
Gene
Matt
Stealer
Ward. He's
cults are a really cool concept. I think
S
they're really cool.
S plus. S plus. I actually was using them because I use some of the neophyte hybrids as like my conscripts when there was conscripts just to have something cool. Like they actually have you seen the Hammer Bolter episode of the
I don't
Gene
think
Stealer
so,
cult thing?
no.
It was
That's
interesting.
really good. Even though the
Yeah.
animation always sucks, but
Yeah.
Yeah, Hammer
Iron
Bolter is kinda
Hands, cool
D.
concept,
D.
but kinda...
Literally, Iron Hand's lore is literally just 90% an Emperor's Children lore, just because Ferrus Manus and Fulgrim were good friends back in before the heresy.
well, no.
All right,
And also, okay, you're talking about emo. Iron Hands is the most emo.
All right, Taus and F, Grey Knights. I think they're cool,
I
they're
said-
solid. Some of their lore gets a little iffy,
But
so I'll
Matt-
go
the
A.
Dread-
Dread
Ma-
Knight, those.
D because Matt Ward.
D?
Dread Knight.
Whoa.
Matt Ward fucking with Caldar Drago and some.
No, I know, but like
Mary
also
Sue's.
like their model and their concepts, I feel like are really
Have you
cool.
ever eaten a tangerine?
No, but like
Caldar Drago here.
they're like, have you seen
I'll
the
bring
Terminator
house.
models for the Grey Knights? They're so cool.
All right, hold on. The Dread Knight, the baby carrier.
Oh, I know that one's bad. Yeah,
For the
D.
love of
they have,
all that
they have their
matters,
ups and
he's
downs.
fucking
D is only
consistent.
down. Okay,
Because of Matt Ward really fucked him over.
So Codex
Generic
compliant
Space-
Space Marines, I guess, is like the rest of them that aren't listed. So you already have.
See, because there's some good ones and then there's some iffy ones.
You can also create your own kind of like
Yeah.
legion out of that too. All right, Ultramarines.
Or as I like to call them, the Mary Sue, Gary Stu, Royal Blue, fuck all of you.
I think it's C. It's just C.
Smurfs.
Yeah, they're right in the middle. C, right along with the.
If it's not Matt Ward writing, there can be some good stuff.
Yeah,
Ventress is kind of Mary Sue-ish on the opposite end. Also,
Death Watch is pretty cool. They're
actually,
Watch
cool.
represent-
A.
I like
Awesome.
the arm pads they have with like the raised lettering, real cool. Astra Militarum,
S
solid.
plus adamantium
Planet broke
balls
before
of
the god
steel.
did.
Yes. Remember, also my army of mostly infantry, 90% casualty rate, still held the line.
Craft
F.
Worlds.
That's Eldar. Just Eldar.
Oh yeah.
Space Elves.
Adeptus
Adeptus
Mechanicus.
Mechanicus.
There's not even a dark Adeptus Mechanicus, which kind of sucks. But I would be willing to say like
You go into Horus
There
Heresy.
needs to be. I mean, they keep bringing up the Dark Mechanicum and like no
Horus
models
Heresy.
exist for it.
Yeah, in Horus Heresy, there's Dark Mechanicum.
Yeah. I'd
Admech,
say B.
I actually,
Hard paint
let's
scheme,
see.
cool models.
some of them hard to build though.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
very tiny, small, a lot of pieces.
I also
that
got
are
some just
like-
weird ones. Did you see the sniper one they put last year? It was just a dude on stilts with like a hose butt plug.
What?
The fuck?
I haven't
swear to God.
What are you?
No,
what?
I know there's
Genuine.
I know that there's the Transquarius Arquebus. That was pretty cool.
The fuck did I just hear?
I'm serious.
I
It
don't
exists.
know.
No, Admech is A for me.
What
Lord.
the hell?
This thing in chat. This
Oh,
thing in
have
chat.
image
Dude,
and new
no. Wait.
this?
Yeah, GW is
This?
going kind of crazy with some stuff.
This?
You
Is
said
it this
lore.
kind of?
Also,
Yes.
yeah. That's
Well, I know,
That's it.
like lore and how it looks on the tabletop, not how good it is on the
Look,
tabletop.
it's got a
Oh,
hose
cool.
sticking out his ass. I mean, look at the thing.
Yeah. GW kind of went, but for me, for Admech, for like lore stuff, especially the Mechanicus game, that fucking soundtrack, A. I'm sorry, like
Alright.
I kind of have a special spot for some Mechanicus.
Blood
stuff.
Angels, one of the
For the
cooler
moment,
Space
I
Marine
love the
chapters,
weakness
I
of
think.
S.
Oh,
S.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Sanguinius.
Blood Angels are.
All right, and
Sanguinius.
then Necrons.
Oh,
Really cool
Terminators.
lore. Really cool lore. It can be written
have
good or
you
bad.
read? Have you?
We were
read?
always butthurt because our planet gave us cancer, so we got fart clouds and put them in robots, and they just ate us.
They would have
That's
been
their
S.
lore.
They would have been. Well, Matt Ward didn't really destroy their lore either. That's actually one decent thing. But they did some. They're kind of weird because how they started off was like Terminators, more like Terminators, like the like Arnold Schwarzenegger Terminator style.
Yeah.
I know the.
Like I'll say S, dude. Read the Infinite and Divine. That book is so good. Trazen and Orkin just trolling each other.
Yeah.
So good.
All right.
So they don't have Leagues of Voltan. I have not looked at any of their stuff.
This
because
is probably an
they're
older one.
really
I don't know
new.
what edition these books
What
are.
a
Maybe
squad,
ninth.
sweet Bagus and run
That
trades.
looks like 8th and 9th edition.
Yeah.
And also, I'm trying to think what else. Well, Titans probably being like Imperial Knights.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think any other, because there's no Dark Mechanicum. Look at Horus Heresy for that. Dark Angels, Black Templars went into the basic chaos, not chaos, regular space.
They're getting
Marine
their
for
own
that.
Codex in 10th edition coming this year.
Which
so
will-
I'm excited for that. But
So it's only going to last for a couple months until 11th edition come out, and you just wasted your time and money. I am still pissed off with that 9th edition. Guard came out, and also the Corn Demons and like World Eaters, when they came out, it was literally like a day later they said, oh, 10th edition, so this codex gonna be gone in like a couple weeks. That just still pisses me. That they changed editions too much.
They definitely set up a better time to like set up. But anyway, that was a really nerdy tier list that we got into, and that is the end of the episode. Next week, I am planning, hopefully Mamba and Gorami are both here. We're going to do the Norths. We're going to do the AFC and NFC North. So that'll be interesting to do for both. I think it'll be a fun time covering both of those divisions. Both of them went through a lot of changes, and the NFC North was very strong. And then the week after that, so 2 weeks from now, we will be doing... we'll figure out what game we're doing, but we're definitely going to be doing the South, the AFC and NFC South, in a game because goodness gracious, were they so bad?
Lord.
Were they so bad? So
What if we did a drinking game like every time we move on to a new team, we have to take a shot?
I still have work next morning.
Yeah.
I probably will too. I work at double tomorrow.
But yeah, anyway, we'll let you know about that as those dates approach closer. So again, we have 2 more weeks, the AFC and NFC North and the AFC and NFC South. So stay tuned for those. Enjoy the NFL offseason. Take some time off and reflect about how the season went. Not much longer to the XFL is here, so enjoy that as it's upcoming. And most importantly, run the damn ball. Have a good night.
Bye. Have a great time.